What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about something that when you put it in motion, you put it in place, you get it written down on paper, it's going to increase your chances of success by 271%. So you're going to want to listen to this lesson. Hey guys, long time no see. It's Kelly McKay here, aka HVAC Millionaire, right here on YouTube. I hope you're having a great summer. I hope you're enjoying some family time this weekend. I hope it's not, I hope you're working and crushing it, but you also got to make sure you take care of yourself. You've heard that old saying about putting the oxygen mask on first. Well, we have to take the time to take a step back and catch a breather once in a while throughout the summer, because if something happens to you, what's that going to mean to your business? What's that going to mean to your coworkers? So you got to take care of yourself. And sometimes that means sacrificing a few things on the weekend that you'd like to do, but just require a lot of energy when you got to store up your energy to make it through next week, right? It's just a short time. It is a marathon, not a sprint, however. So I apologize for not being on here much here recently. We've just been extremely busy. We're on pace to have the biggest June we've ever had in company history. Woohoo! So I hope you are on pace to have some of the biggest months that you've ever had in your business as well. Be sure to like this channel, subscribe, like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, leave me a comment below. I'm hoping that this is going to provide a lot of value for you. I know it will if you just listen and just find a way to make this happen within your company. So what we're talking about today is a business plan. And I know what you're thinking right away. Like, it's June. I don't have time to even listen to this, Kelly. Like, I'm too busy. I've got 100 calls to do, customers to take care of, installation scheduled. I get it. I totally get it. However, here's what I can tell you. There was a study done with 11,000 businesses, and what they found was the ones who had a plan, they grew 30% faster than the ones who didn't. Like, if you want to grow and see some change in your company and maybe work yourself out of a truck, or buy that new boat or the new house, or be able to provide more for your employees, or offer more benefits, or do really cool things with your team, well, then it's important to have a plan to make sure that happens. It's that important. Like, 30% growth, that's the compound effect too. If we grow 30% this year, what's that gonna be next year? I mean, it compounds, right? So what a business plan also does for you is it gives you some legitimacy to your company. And what I mean by that is, if you need to go borrow some money from the bank and you have a business plan, like, I don't know what the statistics are for that, but I'll bet you it's 150, 250% that they're going to be more likely to actually lend some money to you if you have a plan. The 271% thing that I talked about in the beginning is those who did not have a business plan were 271% more likely to close the doors on their business and fail. So it's that important. Like, you're increasing your chances of success. The way I see that is you're increasing your chances of success by 271%. So there are lots of business plans out there. There's a lot of different ways to think about it. It's going to be, the best business plans are going to be just a series of questions. And you can go Google that and find some that's really going to make you think about where you're going and how you're going to get there, and the resources that you're going to need and the obstacles that might get in the way. But I'm going to give you a couple of things to work on this weekend. Just take a few minutes to think about these things and maybe write some stuff down on paper. So the first thing, I want you to think about this as your entrepreneurial statement. And what this is I would like to blank. I would like to buy a nicer house, or, buy my spouse a new vehicle, or buy that new shop, or change out all of my existing vehicles for new ones. Like whatever it is, like I would like to what? How much money would you like to earn? How much, what do your relationships look like? Relationships with your coworkers look like? What's the type of culture that you'd like to have? So just think about all of those questions and just write some stuff down. The next thing I want you to think of, so that's number one, is just your entrepreneurial statement. What would you like to do or be or have? The next thing is the summary of the business. So what does the business do? Who does it serve? What's the structure, the company structure look like? How many people does it employ? All these questions just about how the company operates. And then I'll give you one more, which is just a description of the company. So this would be number 3 that I want you to write down. And what it is like, what kind of company is it really? I mean, is it one that just replaces heating and air conditioning equipment, or is it one that serves their customers at the highest level? How does the company operate? What does the entire sales process look like? I know that's going deep and you might not have time for that, but I want you to start getting the wheels turning and thinking about this stuff. What does the sales process look like? What is from the time a customer calls your office, what does that call sound like? What does the installation look like? Like, how does it operate exactly? So that's it. It's very simple stuff, but just by having some stuff written down and just by revisiting this stuff, it's kind of like a list of goals of what you want to build and what you'd like your company to be. And we all know that getting those goals down on a piece of paper just increases your chances of those things actually happening tenfold. I mean, you're more likely to hit those goals just by writing them down. It's extremely important stuff. I know it's something that's often overlooked by the HVAC industry, especially owners, like technicians turned owners. We don't think about that stuff. We're only thinking about who we need to serve, how we're gonna do it, how much energy we have, how much time we have in a day. We're always racing the clock just to get to everybody that we promised to that day, and that can not leave much time for planning. But the old saying, failing to plan is planning to fail. So you gotta plan, and we should be looking at our plan at a minimum of every quarter. And we're approaching the end of the second quarter. It's a good time to look at this document that you've got some stuff written down on, because it's a living document. It changes. It's one of those things where you don't know what you don't know. So if you don't know, maybe you can only see that first step. I always relate this to like headlights at night. Like I could drive from here in Kansas to California. I could in the dark. And I can't see the entire journey. All I can see, I got my headlights on. I might be able to see 100 foot in front of me. So that's what I got to do. I got to travel that 100 feet. And then what happens? Then I'm allowed to see the next 100 feet. So I travel more. And eventually I get there. And that's kind of what a business plan can be, a living document that changes as your needs and the resources that you need, and the structure, and you learn new pieces of information and you add those into your business. Like, your needs will change. That's one thing that I can promise. And the business will change as you continue to grow it, because you can't operate a $1 million business the same way that a $10 million business operates. So this is a living document, always changing, but at least once a quarter we should be looking at that and finding out where we are currently, where we're going, what we need, maybe we need to steer ourselves back onto the path because we've kind of fallen off the path just because the phone started ringing a lot more. And I understand all this stuff because we've just been through it over and over again. I can tell you in the past, there's been times where I forgot about my business plan. It sat on a shelf and was collecting dust. Those years where I'm not focused and I'm not intentional about my behaviors and my decisions, those are the years that we don't grow as much. So you got to be intentional, and that's what the business plan does. Provide some more legitimacy as far as what you're trying to do with your business and where you're going. It makes your focus and attention go to the right areas of your business because you're being intentional, and that's powerful. So guys, I have a free training below if you'd like. I put together some free training for you. I'm going to cover 3 things that really I had a hard time overcoming in my business. And I put a lot of effort into making this training for you guys, so I hope you enjoy it. Just click the link below, enter your email, and it'll take you to the free training. So guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope you'll get out your business plans, go search for one if you don't have one, and start thinking about where we're going and start getting more intentional about what we need to do. So, love you guys. So glad to see you again. Sorry about the delay once again. But it's time to go make money. It's go make money season. So, love you guys. Boom.